John, firstly, your impressions about the jumper. Tell us what your thoughts are.
Yeah, so it's the same design as last year, but it's a waist strip, and also we got the Sorry Dave Flower on it as well, and that's honouring the stolen generations that happened many years ago. So really happy with the design, and I'm sure the Indigenous boys and the players that are on the list at the moment actually enjoy this round because we can show our jumpers.
John, it's something that's obviously dear to your heart, something that the stolen generation is reading in the media release. It must be nice that you can reflect that on game day in Indigenous round.
Yeah, for sure. My stepdad was part of that stolen generation that happened many years ago, and it has affected a bit of his family. And but yeah, just to go out this game against the Western Bulldogs, and you sort of like think at how it was back in the day and how they were taken from their families, and we can go out there and just perform the way we have been playing from the weekend, and just put it in, just go out there and play the way we're playing, and hopefully they can get something out of it. So I know that not just my stepdad, but other families out there will actually see this and see that we are honouring the stolen generation.
Nick, for yourself personally, how important is it to continue the legacy, I guess, of a club that's got a pretty strong Indigenous heritage over the 20, 25 years it's been around? Yeah,
for sure. It goes back a long time ago, and you can see the guys that are on the inaugural list were Winston Abraham, Gary Durkee, Scotty Chisholm, all these players that they were here from the start, and they went through some tough times back then, but as a club we just kept on ticking it over, and it's been fantastic players that come out of the club. Roger Hayden is another one, Anthony Grover. These guys have done a lot of work around the club and put this club on the map, sort of thing. So again, it's fantastic to have 8 Indigenous boys, picked up another 2 this season, and part of the brothers down at the club.
It's a pretty large contingent. Is this one of the bigger ones you've been part of since?
I think I've had 8 before. It would have been when Cookie, Des Headland, Jeff Farmer, Roger Hayden. Yeah, there's been a few, but what made me fit into the team really quick is having those Indigenous players on the list before I got drafted, and I see myself, and I see the other senior guys see themselves as leaders around the place, and it just makes it easy for these young Indigenous boys coming into the club and fitting in straight away. So yeah, it's just great that the club that has a number of Indigenous boys on the list.
How do you feel being an elder statesman? I remember when you started at the club. What's it feel like?
Yeah, I know. At least they can look up to me and get advice from me. But yeah, I'm getting on now, Tomo. So all I can do is just help the boys out, and when they need me to talk to them, I'm there to help them out and put my hand up. But yeah, it's just great to see a number of boys coming through and playing really good footy at the moment as well. So yeah, I'm sure that when they get older, they'll be looking after the young guys that's coming through.
Can we ask about football? You're still playing great footy. It must be a great win on the weekend. Must feel pretty good going into the break, having that sort of a win under your belt.
Yeah, for sure. We go into the break really confident of the way we played on the weekend, and again, sort of quality team like Geelong. So it is active recovery break. So it's good chance for the boys to go away, mentally freshen up, but then get ready for the clash against the Bulldogs.
Before we go into the next 9 games as favourite as it stands, is it hard not to get too far ahead of yourselves when you sort of look at the fixture and go, oh, this game's winnable, this one's winnable?
Not really. As players, you guess. The old cliche of 1 week at a time. So yeah, as players, you just get used to that. But we know that outside the walls of Fremantle, there's the media and the supporters will be talking about it for sure. But we take it a week at a time. So it is a even draw, even competition this year. So if you're 1 or 2% off, you can easily lose the match. So yeah, like I said, we'll be after this little break, we'll come back and be ready for Bulldogs.
Do you feel like your best footy's ahead of you this season as a team? You haven't reached that point yet?
Yeah, there's been glimpses of it. But, we know the way we played on the weekend, it's close to our best footy. So, yeah, like I said, we just got to week at a time and make sure that we're on going into the game and knowing the opposition. So, yeah, so we're really happy with the way we played on the weekend. So we just got to keep on tracking and developing as a really good team.
Michael, this morning Zach Clark got a reprimand, and I think there's been 6 MRP sightings from Freo this year. Is it becoming a concern that almost weekly there's a player involved?
Not really. Oh, I didn't even know he had a reprimand, but it's good for Clarkie. But yeah, so it has popped up a couple of times this year, but I'm sure the guys that are out there game day will be putting their body on the line each contest and each game. So you know, there will be times that guys might get cited, but yeah, you know, we're there to win the ball. So yeah.
Jono, you should get Luke McFarlane back after the break. What do you miss when he's not out there?
Yeah, he's frees me up a bit more when he's out there, but no, he's a great leader. So he's the one that controls the back line, and we feed off him, and he usually takes the best forward for the opposition. And so yeah, it'll be good to have him back, and because he was in good form before he went down with his injury. So Luke's done all he can with his rehab over the last couple of weeks, and he's ticked a lot of boxes. But yeah, I think this break will help him again as well. So so yeah, it'll be good to have the old boy back.
Have the kick-ins been a bit of a challenge without him? Kicking him back in?
No, I think after the Port Adelaide game, we brought it up as a group, as a team, and we just felt that we were going a little bit too slow, and so you see on the weekend we took the game on a little bit more, and it actually came off for us. So Luke is another key player in that sort of structure, and has a tall marking backline player, and he's a target just like any other player. So yeah, we'll just keep working and make sure we're improving in that area.
Was that a conscious decision specifically against the Cats to quicken it up, or was it done?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just felt that we were going a little bit too slow weeks leading into that on the weekend's game, and when we play our best footy, we're going real quick and catching the opposition out. So yeah, like I said, that we played some good footy on the weekend, but we just got to keep it improving, and we know that other opposition teams will want to do their best to stop us.
Do you feel Alex Silvagni played a good role for you though in Luke's absence?
Oh yeah, for sure. So I think he played on Schultz leading Coleman at that time, and only kicked 1 goal. So that's a tick for Alex. And again on the weekend he played on the wrestling ruckman, so he played really well. But you know, with the sub rule and Geelong bringing a running player onto the field, we had to take one of our taller players off, and he was an unlucky one. So, but yeah, I actually thought Alex has ticked the boxes over the last couple of weeks, and see, that's the good thing about our team, that you know, when a player does go down and someone has to step up, we can just go and grab someone from the Peel team, and we know that, or he knows that what he has to do on game day, and Sauce led by example the last 2 weeks.
Have you caught up with most of the guys this morning, and everyone pulled up pretty well from the weekend, as far as you know?
Yeah, at the moment. Honestly, they're keeping it quiet, but guys were out there doing their running this morning, and there might be a few sore boys because it was a tough match against Geelong. But yeah, but it is important to have a really good break now and freshen up and be ready for the Bulldogs.